Hi Virgos. Hi, I'm Susie. I'm a trauma-informed astrologer and metaphysical practitioner. If you don't already know who I am, this is your reading for from now until, let's say, mid-November. And because that's when I'm recording. I've been a bad Virgo rising and I am tardy and not as organized as I would like to be lately. If you have Virgo placements, if you have strong sixth house placements, if Mercury is your chart ruler or your final dispositor, or for whatever reason, this message you feel called to listen and it resonates, then it's yours. And listen, if it doesn't fit, one of the things I never want to be doing is giving anyone any sense of anxiety. So if it doesn't fit, don't try to make it like those old jeans that we always try. Um, I'm going to look in to see just whatever your guides, want me to bring up right now. And then we'll take a peek at love and like money slash job. I pulled out my because my Virgo friend asked me the other day, what was your very first deck of cards? It was these deck of cards. So I have whipped them out for my Virgo community, which I know y'all are fierce. You are fiercely loyal. Um, we have a lot of Virgos. Sometimes I close the door and the cats have a different idea, so that's what happened there. Let's look at the energy. Virgo right now, I mean, the nodes are going to be moving in South Node into Virgo, so the next little bit more than year and a half, because we're not there yet. But we're about to hit like 29 degrees of the South Node in Virgo in the winter. And when that happens, it can feel a little bit like a test to what you go back into old habits with and what you've healed through, what the new tools you've developed, and that's definitely a Virgo thing. So there might, there might be a familiarity, and there might also be a lot of opportunities to use your new tools, to use your new growth, to use your new healing for you, not just for everyone else. Virgos. Okay. I mean, Pluto and Uranus are trining. Jupiter and Gemini is squaring, but Jupiter is in retrograde right now, so it just means missed opportunities. So where is your Gemini house in your chart? Obviously, if you're Virgo rising, that's going to be like your ninth house, but or it could be parts of your 10th. But like, where is your Gemini? That's where you can find missed opportunities, whatever house that's hanging out in right now. If you have questions about that, you can message me. Right, leave me a comment. All right. Let's see with my first OG deck what, I always say like it's whatever they is on deck, right? Whatever comes up is whatever. And then we'll look into love and we'll look, but you might just be getting a message about, I'll show you what came up. I'm learning with this new camera setup, like if I don't want it to be blurry. I would rather it be clear and I'm blurry, but that's not seemingly how this works. Okay, so we have Page of Cups, which is interesting, and we have Ace of Wands, which is very brown chicken, brown cow, and then we have the Ten of Swords. It's still in reverse, so it's not quite completely flipped and over, and an Ace of Swords. So here's what I want to say to you, Virgo. Who's showing up with the minimum and a whole bunch of chemistry, and this should be done, and maybe you're not listening to yourself. Somebody, maybe it's not romantic, but it's going to be different for different people. Yeah, I mean, Page of Cups is definitely about like, I like your shoes, when really there's a lot more to say. But it also, instead of I like your shoes, it could be like a comment about like how hot you are, or um something that's distracting from like substance. Um the Ten of Swords makes me feel like this maybe is something that's like, is it dead? Is it over? Is this version of the way we interact with each other? You're Virgo. You can level up and heal and evolve anything. And sometimes that's like laying down boundaries and being the one to like set the example almost. Um, this feels like you're going against, I'm hearing a line from Pride and Prejudice. It's like almost against your better judgment. Let's get some more. This is a very interesting, Virgos. Is this like priming you for whatever is going to come up once the nodes hit your sign, the eclipses hit your sign? I mean, we got somebody who's only giving a little. Page of Cups is a less mature way of expressing some kind of feeling. But then we got the Ace of Wands. It's like they're minimizing. Um, yeah, this is either you're reading old text messages or you're overthinking this, or it's taking up a lot of space. Nine of Cups came out sideways. So you could be, excuse my maniacal laugh there. This could, we all need to feel like wanted in every way, right? This could be somebody who makes you feel like sexy or wanted or desired, but like that's it. And then there's something lacking in the substance part of that. What's the, I feel like discernment. Listen, I mean, Neptune is in retrograde right now. There's clear seeing. So maybe what needs to happen is there's some kind of relationship here where you really need to see this person for what they can offer, not what this might be the start of. Yeah, okay. This is somebody who has not processed their feelings. Mm. Okay, it's gonna happen. Let's have a conversation about feeling a connection, which can be happening in all different kinds of spaces, right? Uh, Sometimes we feel a connection with somebody, and for whatever reason, in the 3D, in the now, in reality, in their physical existence, in the environment that affects us, right? It can't seem to get to a place where you can fully realize the connection that you feel on the inside, right? maybe through no fault of your own, maybe through no fault of their own, whatever the circumstance. Sometimes we connect, we meet people, and there's crazy chemistry, and one person or both are not available. And it's just like, oh, that was weird. That was, this person, I believe that you feel a real connection and a deep connection. And like a connection like this should be something way more than it is. With the 5 of Cups in reverse like this person is not done processing or isn't processing at all what they need to. So that's where it's like we have one ace upright, one ace in reverse. Got the 10 and the 9 of swords here. And then that 9 of cups sideways. It's the good luck babe song is kind of playing in my head right now. Um, you know, they don't want to process. If somebody doesn't want to process, isn't capable of processing, isn't healed enough to process, is in survival mode, and their anxiety or PTSD can't sustain processing in a safe way right now, it doesn't even matter what the reason is. If they are not examining their feelings, they're not. And so it feels like there's mixed signals around this. The Ace of Wands, if it's not romantic and it's not physical attraction in any way, could just be like, I feel this to my core. Like uh, I feel this within my soul that there's like this connection here, and we can't seem to like get it together. And then every once in a while, I get like a little nugget or a little breadcrumb from you, and it's feeding one side, but there's no substance. Like there's no follow through. But just having this conversation with a client that in the opposite spectrum of Virgo is Pisces. And so sometimes um, Virgo placements who want to be very exact with their words, who sometimes are very verbose, uh, you know, um, might want to don't like using the word over clarify, want to make sure they're clarified. They will beat a dead horse with clarification sometimes because they don't want to leave any room for misinterpretation or miscommunication, right? And they will never say anything that they don't really want to follow through on. They've thought about it longer before it came out of their mouth. They put enough thought into it that they want to follow through. So on the other end of the spectrum, we have Pisces, which is like, oh, that wouldn't that be nice, right? Like, wouldn't that be the fantasy? So a lot of times you can find people on the other side of the seesaw playing with Virgo that maybe don't like, it's not weird to them to say something and not fully, they're just being playful, and there is not going to be any follow through. And also there's a connection that you feel and you're not wrong, but they're not capable of. And it's messing with that 9 of cups. It's messing with your sense of self-worth. It's taking up space. What does my Virgo community need to do? Like, what is the best way to deal with this? Let's get some advice. Communication upside down. Say less, do less. It seems like mean or manipulative or whatever, but Virgos. I know I just sat with this for a while because I feel like I have to be very careful about what I say next. You're not going to get in follow through what you need from this person to make the situation feel whole and partially to make you feel whole about it, at least about this. I know it sounds very cliche. You have to say less and go on living like your best possible life and retrain, which Virgo can absolutely do. Kind of retrain your body, that reaction that you get when they message or when you're talking or when it gets playful or when it gets hopeful. With this particular person, it's almost like you have to retrain your brain not to accept that as dopamine, not to get hopeful, not just it is what it is. They mean well, they mean it in the moment. There's not going to be follow through. Just remind yourself of that until it'll eventually stop having the hold on you that it does right now. And you don't want it to have hold on you because it feels like giving your power away, right? What does this look like in 6 months? I know that's like we're doing now, but I feel like and see that's I never want to tell somebody say less and go live your best life for manipulation. I don't believe in like changing your behavior to elicit behavior out of anyone else. That if you change your behavior, it should be for you, for the best good of you, your wellness all around. It should never be to get something else out of somebody else. I just feel like this brings something else when we're in like the thick of eclipse season. All right. What what does this look like in 6 months? Healed. Whatever little whatever and I know it would have been good. And I know when you imagine your life with this person, easy it would have been. How much like you all have the same likes and dislikes, even like kinks, all of that. What else does this look like for you in 6 months? Yeah. There's less control. This that little feeling that you get now when they say the things that you like, it won't have an effect on your body and your mind and your wellness because that's all one thing when you're a Virgo. If you're a Virgo and not a sapiosexual, like, are you even a Virgo? Um, all right, for people that is not the situation, let's go. Let's look at love. Let's look at love. Let's look at love. Okay. I just King of Cups. So besides the situation, or if this is not your situation, I have the King of Cups and I have the Tower in reverse. Something that's being avoided here. I need more. I need more. Okay. There's a bunch of emotion here. Something comes out of ghosting. Something comes out of silence. Something comes out of quiet and isolation. Normally, I don't love to Hierophant card that looks like this to me is very different than this Hierophant. That's me, all right? And I can only read it how my relationship with the cards and guides are, right? So this is not about control. This is about taking, like, aligning. You're gonna have a choice, Virgo. Someone's gonna come along and they're almost gonna feel too nice, too loving, too complimentary. You might doubt their authenticity. You might feel like, is this love bombing? Because it feels like love bombing, not interested. Your free will do whatever it wants to with this choice. There might be somebody you already dealt with that you would not trust what they were saying because it didn't end well the last time. I feel like this person has done a little bit of work on themselves, which we're going to see more and more of. Might have a resistance or a reluctance, because you want to avoid disaster again, because it's not them you won't forgive, it's yourself that you won't forgive. There's going to be a lot of communication on this one. There's a lot of emotion. This is something to let go slow and let it take some time. Woo. All right. What's going on with money work? Money work. Uh, that's interesting. Okay. There might be time to leave a job or leave a position for some of you, but it's not yet. Also, you might be looking at like moving, selling real estate, buying real estate, just looking at changing things. It's going to happen. It probably doesn't, it feels almost forced right now, like even the thought of it, or it's just like something's a good bargain, or like the house would sell, or there's like fear about the market dropping. I keep seeing this, avoiding this. And give this time. Either with a job or a home situation. Everything's about this first part wasn't about time, but these last two readings were about time. When you either leave your job or move in with someone, um, it has to be more than timing and finances. There has to be a part of you that's super, super ready. Right now, if there's reluctance to it, and if it doesn't feel right, I want you to trust yourself. Eventually, I promise you, you're going to get to the point where the next thing that you do, the next place that you go, the next dwelling you have is going to feel so fucking good because you'll be fully ready for it. Yeah. I never say this stuff. Please like, subscribe, comments, all that stuff. But please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Um, and I'm running my sale till the end of November. If anybody's interested, the 15 minutes are super inexpensive right now. Um, and that's just till the end of November. Leave me a comment, Virgo. I feel like this is going to be an interesting 18 months. And a lot of it is going to be about how do we fulfill the energy of helping and serving without deserving ourselves. Where's that balance? And I believe you will find it. I love you, now you love you. I will talk to you soon.